Hello everyone, myself Navneet Kumar Singh and I will be teaching you heat and mass transfer for your GATE examination. So my dear students, in the previous video we have seen how heat transfer is occurring inside a cylinder, okay? And we have seen the how conduction is occurring inside the cylinder and how heat is transferred with single cylinder, with solid cylinder and with composite cylinder, my dear students. And we have also seen a case when there is a steam pipe and convection is occurring inside the cylinder and inside that hollow cylinder, that is a steam pipe, and outside the surface of the that particular cylinder. So in this video, my dear students, we will be discussing that how heat transfer will be occurring inside the sphere. Okay, how we can calculate the heat transfer, how we can calculate the total circuit or total resistance, that is thermal resistance inside the sphere, how we can make the circuit diagram. So all the concepts and fundamentals will be clear, and I will be starting all this from the basic. Okay, so you will enjoy each and every single thing. My dear students, if I will talk about from the GATE perspective, then your sphere part is not asked so much, okay, but it is very much important. Okay, I'm telling you, it is important. Don't left any topic. It is very simple. I will make it so much easy so that you will also understand each and everything in this. So although it is not, he has not asked so much questions in GATE, 1 or 3 questions are there, but now let us see. IIT Bombay is designing that. IIT Bombay is conducting GATE 2021. So maybe they will be asking for this. So let us focus on the particular sphere, my dear students. Let us say if there is a sphere, there is a spherical ball, okay, and there is some heat generation inside this. So my dear students, when there is some heat generation inside the sphere, then heat may be coming out from this. First of all, there will be conduction inside the sphere, then there will be slowly convection from outside surface, okay. And if I will analyze only conduction part, that is for the conduction, if you will see, okay, then there can be what we can derive the equation for what thermal resistance. For this we can derive the equation for heat transfer. So let us say how we can see or how we can analyze this. Let us come to the board, my dear students. Let us say there is a sphere. Let us say there is your sphere, okay. Now let us say this is your sphere. Now this is, let us say, center of this sphere, okay. So what I am doing is I am taking an element. Let us say if I will cut that in the half, then I will have that part, my dear student. Let us see. Then I will have that part. Let us see. So let us say this will be something like this. If this is your sphere, this will be something like this. If I will cut it into this portion. So what I will do, my dear students, I will just take an element inside this from that center. I will be taking an element. Let us see this. I am considering an element in this, in which there can be heat transfer, okay, by conduction. Let us say this is your element, my dear students. This is your element. Let us analyze how. Let us say this is your element of thickness. How much? Of thickness dr. My dear students. Okay. And let us say this is the radius r. Let us take it that the radius is r up to this element. Radius is r up to this element. So how heat transfer may be occurring in this? So heat transfer may be occurring radially outward. Let us see how. So heat transfer may be occurring radially outward from this. That is, let us take QR. Okay. Now let us say if there is a QR heat transfer up to that element dr, and after that there is a heat transfer. How? By what? After that element there will be, let us say, some heat transfer. So heat transfer is occurring in the radial direction. Okay, so let us see now. We are studying steady state heat transfer. Steady state heat transfer inside sphere. Okay, my dear students, we are studying this topic now. Let us see. If I will consider an element inside this, if I will, or we can say, let us consider an element. Consider an element inside of sphere. So what I can analyze, let us see. So my dear students, let us see, this is your element. I am making it here. Let us see, this is your element. My dear students. Let us see, this is your element, my dear students. Okay. Now this is having radius, some thickness dr, and at the radius r. From the center. Okay. So what will be there? There will be some heat transfer by conduction, and there will be heat transfer from inside. That will be your QR. In radial direction, there will be heat transfer, my dear students, in all directions, like this. From the center radially, there is conduction of heat, that is QR, and that is coming from the inside surface. Inside, that there is some material filled in this, and there some heat is coming outward. And when some heat is coming outward, this is going like this. Okay, like this from the center in all directions, my dear students. Okay, so let us say this is as it is at r distance, so it will be, I am considering QR as it is at the radius r, QR. And what is the heat coming out from this sphere? No, sorry, from this particular element, my dear students. What will be the heat? So let us say this is your heat, that is QR, coming out from that. So that is QR plus delta R, because after passing that element of dr, let us take it QR plus del R. So in radial direction, from outward from this element, there will be some heat transfer, my dear students. Yes or no? Yes, there will be some heat transfer in radial direction. Hope you are getting the concept what I am just telling. Okay, hope you are understanding that how heat is transferring in this. So let us see. So I am considering an element. Okay, I have taken a steady state heat transfer. Let us talk about the assumptions, which are very much important. Okay, let us talk about the assumptions, my dear students. So I have taken one assumption, that is number one, steady state heat transfer. I have discussed it several times in the previous videos. So let us see, that is your dt by that change in temperature with respect to time is equal to 0, my dear students. Change in temperature with respect to time is equal to 0. That means there will not be any kind of accumulation of heat inside that particular element. That means there is no accumulation of energy, or we can say heat, inside the element, my dear student. That's why that Q accumulation, that is M Cp del T by del small t, will become equal to 0, my dear students. Okay, will become equal to 0. Okay, now let us take the second assumption. Second is your, again, homogeneous material and isotropic material, my dear student. Isotropic material, my dear students. Now the third one is one dimensional heat transfer, and the fourth one is constant thermal conductivity. So applying all these assumptions, my dear students, what I can have is, let us see, applying all these assumptions, what I can have, let us see. So we have considered a steady state. We have taken that 0. Okay, constant thermal conductivity, density is constant, and one dimensional heat transfer. Yes, heat transfer is occurring. How heat transfer is occurring? This is occurring radially, sir. Radially. Okay, that is along the R. Okay, now constant thermal conductivity. Okay, sir. Kappa is equal to constant. It is not varying with temperature. It is not a function of what? Temperature, sir, and it is also not function of space, sir. X, Y, Z. We know now because you have told in previous videos. Okay. Now let us see. So if I will apply a energy balance equation in this case, what I will got? Let us see. So applying what? A energy balance equation. So let me remove this so that we will have a little bit of space here. So applying energy balance equation. So applying energy balance equation, my dear students. So we have considered an element. Now applying energy balance equation in element. So my dear students, let us say there is some energy in the element, that is coming to the element. Then let us say there is some Q generation. There is some energy, that is heat generation inside the energy generation. Let us take it energy generation. Again, let us take there is some energy out from this. Let us take that is E out, and let us take that is equal to the accumulation of energy, that is energy of control volume with respect to time, my dear students, with respect to time. So this I have taken 0. Okay. Now let us put all values. So what I will have? So energy in is equal to QR plus energy generated is equal to how much? Q generated. Very good. Now energy out is equal to QR plus delta R, my dear student, and this will become equal to 0. So let us apply a Taylor, expanded by Taylor's expansion. So expanding this term with what? With Taylor expansion, my dear students. Taylor expansion, my dear students. So what will be the value of this? Let us see. This will become QR plus Q generated minus QR plus del by del R of, let us take this, del by del R of QR, okay, into dr, my dear students. So when I will take that minus side inside, that QR and QR will go. Let us take QR plus Q generation minus QR minus of del by del R of QR del R dr is equal to 0, my dear students. So QR will go. So what I will left with? I will left with Q generation minus del by del R of QR is equal to 0, my dear students. So I can write finally Q generated, that is heat generated, is equal to del by del R of QR into dr, my dear students. So let us put all the values of Qg and Qr. So let us put all the values of Qg and Qr. Let me remove this. I hope you have understood all this. Okay. So let us see. So what I am doing is I am putting the value of Qg and Qr. So what is Qg? That is the heat generated. So Qg is nothing but the heat generated in this. That is your heat generated. We know. So this can also be written equal to Q generated is equal to Q generated, that is small q, into volume, that is delta V of this element. So what will be dV for this element? 2 pi R dr. Okay, sorry, it is not your cylinder, it is your sphere. So what will be the volume for this? So volume for this will be given by what? 4 pi R square into dr. 4 pi R square into dr. Why 4 pi R square into dr? Because this is the inside curved surface area, and then when I will integrate it up to dr, or when I will add with the dr, this will become 4 pi R square into dr, my dear students. So this will become Qg into 4 pi R square into dr. Okay, now let us see. If I will talk about Qr, so how Qr is given? So Qr is equal to minus kappa k into A into dt by dr, or dt by dr. So you know what is the area for this? Area for this is given by 4 pi R square, my dear students. By how much? 4 pi r square. So this will be equal to QR is equal to minus kappa K area 4 pi r square into dt by dr. So let us take equation number 1, equation number 2, equation number 1 and equation number 2, my dear students. So let us see. Now putting the values in this equation, what I will have, let us see. What I will have, let us see. So this will become equal to Qg. Qg is how much, my dear students? This is Qg into 4 pi r square into dr is equal to how much? Is equal to del by del r of QR, that is kappa into area 4 pi r square into dr into dt by dr. Okay, very good. Into dt by dr. Okay. So now let us cancel all the terms which I can cancel. This will be your 4 pi r square. R square will not go. 4 pi can go. Okay. And also dr can go. Oh, so dr is outside, my dear students. 4 pi r square dot dr I can cancel. So that is del by del r of 4 pi r square dr into dr, my dear students. Qg. Dr, my dear students. So this will become, so we can cancel all these terms, my dear students. And after cancelling all these terms, so what I will have, let us see. What I will have, let us see. So we can cancel the terms. So after cancelling all these terms, so what I will have, let us see. So this is your, this value I have taken wrong. This is not dr here, that is 4 pi r square and that is 4 pi r square into dr. Okay, now it is correct. So this will become dt by dr into dr. So dr can go. Okay, 4 pi can go. So what I will be left with, I will be left with Q generated. I am taking that K this side, that is divided by K kappa is equal to minus del by del r of r square into dt by dr into dt by dr. So let us take this term this side. So what it will become? It will become del by del r of, and I think r square is also there, my dear students. R square is also there. So this will become del by del r of r square dt by dr plus Q generated into r square by K is equal to 0. I can also take this term this side. Let us take it. So this will become 1 upon r square dt by dr. Okay. Oh sorry, del by del r is also there. Del by del r 1 upon r square plus Q generated by K is equal to 0. So this will be the fundamental equation, my dear students, for your sphere. This will be the fundamental equation for your sphere to calculate the temperature profile. So let us see, this is what? This is your fundamental equation for spheres to calculate temperature profile, my dear students. What? Temperature profile. Okay. Now let us see temperature profile. So we have got this equation. Okay. So now let us talk about the heat transfer. So can I calculate that heat transfer which is occurring inside this? Yes, I can calculate. But first of all, for this, I must have the value of dt by dr. Okay. So if I will calculate the value of dt by dr, that is K is equal to Ka, QR is equal to Ka dt by dr. So I can easily have the heat transfer. Then also I can have the thermal resistance. So like this we will move. Let us see. So let us see the temperature profiles. How can I develop? So first of all, I am taking steady state heat transfer. Okay. I am taking first of all what? Steady state heat transfer, and let us take without heat generation first of all. So let us write the fundamental equation again, because I hope you remember now. Okay, I hope you remember now. So my dear student, let us calculate what? Temperature profile. So temperature profile steady state heat transfer के लिए Okay, for temperature profile for spheres, and this is very much important from gate point of view. Just understand it. They can ask in the middle of the derivation, so it is very much important, my dear students. Let us see. So let us see. Now what I am doing is I am considering that heat transfer is occurring without heat generation. So my most important assumption is, that is first one, heat transfer in a sphere without heat generation. Okay. Now without heat generation. So let us see what is the fundamental equation for this. Fundamental equation for sphere. I know what is the fundamental equation for sphere. I know now, sir. This is 1 upon r square del by del r into r square dt by dr, sir, is equal to plus qg by k, sir. Q generation by k is equal to 0. Okay. So my dear students, we know this equation. So if I will do one thing, I will ignore. What I will do, I will ignore or I will make it 0, because I have taken without heat generation. And if I will integrate this equation with respect to r, I will have a temperature profile. Let us see. So integrating equation number 1, let us take it 1 with respect to r. Let us see what I will have. So I will have one thing. Let us see what. Integrating with respect to r, I will have the value del by del r of r square dt by dr is equal to 0, because this term cannot be 0, my dear students. Let us see. If I am making it equal to 0 and integrating, this term will not be equal to 0, because it is having some value r. And if r will be there, that value of r cannot be equal to 0, my dear students. So the part will be equal to 0 is this much. So this will be equal to 0. So I am making it equal to 0 and I am integrating. My dear students. So integrating this equation, what I am having, let us see. So this will become r square del t by del, this will be dt by dr. dt by dr is equal to C1. I am getting this. So this equation will become equal to dt by dr is equal to C1 by r square, my dear students. So this will become equal to, integrating again with respect to r, I will have what? Let us see. So integrating this equation, that is dt by dr is equal to C1 to the power r to the power minus 2. Integrating both sides, what I will have, let us see. This will become equal to t is equal to C1 r to the power minus 2. So this will become what? C1 I am taking out. So this will become r to the power minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1 to the power plus C2. Okay. So this will become t is equal to C1. So minus is already there. Let us take it out, or let us take it inside only. So this will become what? R to the power minus 1 divided by minus 1, my dear students, plus C2. So one thing I have not taken. I have not taken the boundary conditions. So let us see what will be the boundary conditions. Let us see, my dear student. That was important. That was very much important. Boundary conditions was important. That's why I have not considered till yet. So let us understand it carefully. So from center, let us take to radius r1. There is some heat transfer in radial direction. We all know now. Okay. So let us assume that at r1 the temperature is T1, and let us take r2. That is your r2. The temperature is T2, my dear students. So what are the boundary conditions? At r is equal to r1, t is equal to t1. At r is equal to r2, t is equal to t2. So these are your boundary conditions, my dear students. So putting the boundary conditions from this to this, what I will have, let us see. So this will be from where? This will be from where? So I am taking T2 here. So T is equal to. So let us solve it first. So this will become T is equal to C1 minus 1 upon R plus C2 minus 1 upon R plus C2. So I am getting this equation. Okay, and for calculating that dt by dr value or calculating that constants, that is C1 and C2, I need one thing, which is only your boundary conditions. So when I will apply these boundary conditions in this equation, which have become r to the power minus 1, I have taken it down. This have become 1 upon r, and minus 1 was already there, so this will become minus C1 upon r plus C2. So my dear students, let us understand it carefully. Now let us see. So when I will put boundary conditions, what will happen? Let us see. Let us see, my dear students. So applying boundary conditions in this case, what I will have, let us see. And let us take this equation number 3. So applying boundary conditions, what I will have, let us see. Applying boundary conditions in equation 1, third. In equation 3rd. So if I will put boundary conditions here, what I will have, let us see. So this will become, let us put the first boundary condition. Boundary condition first. At r is equal to R1, my dear students, temperature T is equal to T1. So this will become what? Let us see. So this will become T1 is equal to minus C1 upon R1 plus C2. Okay, this will become like this. So let us take, this is equation number 4. This is equation number 4. And again applying boundary condition, that is second, that is at R is equal to R2, T is equal to T2, my dear students. So putting this boundary condition in this equation, what I will have, let us see. So this will become T2 is equal to minus C1 divided by R2 plus C2. Okay, clear. Now this is equation number 5th. Okay, so for calculating the value of C1 and C2, what I have to do, I have to solve these equations and I will have the value of C1 and C2. Let us solve both the equations. Let us solve equation 4th and 5th. Equation 4th and 5th. So if I will subtract this equation from this equation, what I will have? I will have the value of C1, my dear students. Let us subtract T2 minus T1. Or directly I can subtract T1 minus T2. Or I can do directly 4th minus 5th. This will be your T1 minus T2. Very good. Is equal to minus C1 by R1. Okay. Minus will be, so this will be minus, this will be minus plus, this will be again minus. So this will become what? Minus plus T2 I have already taken. T2, this will become minus plus C1 by R2, my dear students. C1 by R2. Okay, now C2 will go. So this will be your plus C2 from this side and C2 from this side. This will be cancelled. So I can have the value of C1 here, my dear students. I can have the value of C1 here. Let us see how. So the value of C1 will be what? Let us take it. T1 minus T2 is equal to C1. I am taking out 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon, this is plus, this is minus, 1 upon R1. Okay. So C1 will be equal to, that implies C1 is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1, my dear students. So now I have the value of C1. Can I calculate the value of C2? Yes, I can calculate the value of C2, my dear students. What it will become, let us see. What it will become, let us see. So this will become, so I have just considered both the boundary conditions and hope you are getting the concept, my dear students. Okay, I have nothing I have done. I have just put all the boundary conditions there and I am just calculating the value of C1 and C2. Let us see. So when you are calculating the value of C1 and C2, so C1 we have calculated. Let us calculate C2. So how can I calculate C2? I can calculate C2 by putting the value of C1 in any particular one equation. Okay. So let us put the value in T1. Let us put the value in T1. Okay. So I will have the value of C2 then. So putting value of C1 in equation number 4th. Let us see what I will have. This is equal to T1 is equal to minus 1 upon R1. Okay. And what is C1? C1 is equal to T1 minus T2. T1 minus T2 divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1, my dear students. Okay. 1 upon R1. Okay. Now. Okay. Plus C2. Plus C2. So C1 I have put, R1 is already there, and C2 I have to calculate. So what will be the value of C2, my dear students? So C2 will be equal to T1 plus 1 upon R1 into delta T, which is T1 minus T2 divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. So my dear students, I have calculated the value of C1 and C2 now. So can I have a temperature profile equation? Yes, let us put the value in temperature profile equation. So this was your T. What was the temperature profile equation? This was your T minus C1 by R. Hope this was plus C2. So putting the value of C1 and C2 in this equation, what I will have, let us see. Putting values of C1 and C2 in equation, that was your first equation for this temperature profile. Let us see. So this will become T is equal to minus C1 upon R. So let us put the value of C1 here. This is your C1 is T1 minus T2. Or let us put only C1 here. Let us put the value of C2 only. So C2 can be considered as this is your C1. This is your C1. I'm making it simple. Okay, I'm making it simple. C1. This is again T1 minus T2. This is C1. So what will be T is equal to? This will be minus C1 upon R. T is equal to, this will be minus C1 upon R plus C2. So what will be C2? This will be T1 plus T1. This will go to the side plus 1 upon R1. Okay, 1 upon R1 into C1. So let us take C1 and the temperature profile one sided. So this will become T minus, I am taking this side, T1. I am taking this value this side, my dear students. So now this will become C1 into 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R. So let us now put the value of C1. Now it is simple. So if I will put the value of C1 here, this will be T1 minus T2 is equal to C1, which is T1 minus T2. That was T1 minus T2 divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. Okay, and again there is some value. This is 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R. 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R. So this is your final equation. Let us simplify it more. So now this will become equal to how much? Let us see. So by this equation we can calculate the temperature profile at any value, my dear students. So let us see. This will become equal to how much? So T minus T1. Let us take this side. Take this side, and what I am doing is I am taking minus sign out. So this will become T2 minus T1, and I am taking minus side out. So this will become minus of 1 by R1 minus of 1 by R divided by 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2 minus R1. So I'm taking this sign inside and simplifying this equation. So this will become T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1, okay, is equal to 1 upon R minus 1 upon R1 divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. So simplifying these terms, what I will have, let us see. So this will become T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1 is equal to, this will become R1 minus R divided by R1 dot R divided by R1 minus R2 divided by R2 dot R1. So R1 will go and there will be the remaining R2. Okay, let us take minus sign out again. So this will become equal to T minus T1 upon T2 minus T1. Okay, is equal to, I am taking minus inside, I am multiplying with 1 and minus 1 both sides to make it similar. Okay, so this will become what, R minus R1 divided by R2 minus R1, okay, multiplied by, so this will be multiplied like this will be multiplied like this will be R2 by R, okay, R2 by R, R2 by R, my dear students. So this will be the final equation for your temperature profile. So what will be the final equation for temperature profile? Let us see. So the final equation for temperature profile will be, final equation for temperature profile. So this will become T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1, my dear students, is equal to R2 by R into R minus R1 divided by R2 minus R1, my dear students. So R2, R, okay, it is very simple to remember. There is nothing. T, R, okay. So TR will be like TR, temperature at the radius R, minus T1 minus R1, T2, R2, minus T1, temperature at R1 is equal to minus T1. So R2 by R is extra here. So this is your temperature profile equation, final equation for temperature profile. So my dear students, from this equation you can easily calculate the temperature at any radius R. So we can calculate temperature at any any position, any radius R inside sphere, my dear students. Okay, hope you have understood all the concepts inside the sphere. Now can I have dt by dr value? Because I have to calculate heat transfer, my dear students. So why? How I have to calculate heat transfer? Let us see. So heat transfer is given by, so this is your what I can say is temperature profile. So this is something like this, or we can say y is equal to r x minus some constant c divided by x into some constant c. So this is something like this, y is equal to x, or we can say 1 minus 1 upon x. This equation is becoming something like this, okay, when I'm taking r inside. So 1 minus 1 upon x, this will be x minus 1 upon x, or it is something becoming equal to xy is equal to x, xy is equal to x minus c, something like this. So this equation is of your hyperbola, my dear students. So this is the important note for your GATE exam 1 mark question. Note, temperature profile will be hyperbolic inside sphere. Temperature profile will be hyperbolic inside sphere, my dear students. So when it will be hyperbolic, you can, how you can show this? So if there is a sphere, okay, if there is a sphere, so temperature drop will be hyperbolic in this case. How? So this will be, some equation will be like this, something like this. This will be hyperbolic. I hope you know what is hyperbolic and what is this. Let us see. So my dear students, can I calculate the heat transfer in this? Okay, So everything will be important for this, or we have calculated a temperature profile now. We know what is the fundamental equation for spheres. So now we have to calculate thermal resistance and heat transfer. So let us see what will be the thermal resistance in this case. Okay, now come to the board again. Let us see. Due to conduction, what? Due to conduction, my dear students, due to conduction inside spheres. So again, you know the assumptions. What are the assumptions, my dear students? What are the assumptions? So assumptions are something like, now I am not repeating. Okay, sir, let us see in short. Q generation is 0, sir. One dimensional heat transfer, sir. Steady state heat transfer, sir. And again, homogeneous and isotropic materials, sir. Okay, we know all these assumptions. So let us calculate the heat transfer in this. So what will be the heat transfer? Let us see. So heat transfer is given by what? Heat transfer is given by what? Heat transfer is given by Fourier's law. Fourier's law. So Fourier's law, we know what? Q is equal to minus kappa into A dt by dr. Okay. Now putting the value of dr and area A. So what will be the area in this case, my dear students? This was your R1. This was your T1. This was your R2. This was your T2. Okay. The temperature profile will be hyperbolic. So Ka dt by dr. So how I can calculate the value of dt by dr, my dear students? So value of dt by dr I know is equal to what? Something like this, C1 by R plus C2, or only it was like C1 by R. When I was integrating, this was becoming what? Let us see. So what was the value of dt by dr? Let us see. When I was integrating 1 upon R square of R square dt by dr is equal to 0. So this part was not equal to 0. So this part was equal to 0. So that was R square dt by dr is equal to 0. So that was becoming dt by dr is equal to C1 by R square. C1 by R square. And again when I was integrating this was becoming minus C1 by R. So this will be the value. So now I will know the value of dt by dr, which is equal to C1 by R square. So putting the value of this, what I will have, let us see. So Q is equal to minus kappa into area. What is the area for this? 4 pi R square multiplied by what? This will be 4 pi R square, and dt by dr, which is equal to nothing but minus. It is minus? No, it is plus. C1 by R square. Okay. So similarly, R square will go happily, no problem. So this will become minus K, or we can directly say minus of 4 pi K into C1, minus of 4 pi K into C1. So this is your Q. So now if I put the value of C1, can I have the heat transfer in this case? Yes, my dear students, I can have the heat transfer if I will put the value of C1. So let us see what will be the value of C1. So value of C1 will become equal to, let us see what will be the value of C1. So let us see the value of C1, my dear students. So C1 will become equal to, C1 was equal to how much? C1 was equal to T1 minus T2 divided by 1 upon it was R2 minus R1 something. So I have taken T1 minus T2, that was 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. Okay. So this will be the value of C1. Okay. This will be the value of C1. So now, if I put this value inside this equation, that is this, can I have the heat transfer? Okay. So let us see what will be the heat transfer. Q will be equal to minus of 4 pi K C1. So C1 is equal to how much? I have taken that minus outside, my dear students, from here, because for cancelling this. So this will become what? T1 minus T2 into minus 1. Minus 1 I have taken from this side. And this is 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. Why I have taken common this minus? Because then I will have R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1. So that's why I have taken. So minus sign and minus sign will go. So I will have Q is equal to 4 pi K, that is delta T, okay, 1 upon R2 minus R1, R2 minus R1 divided by R1 R2, okay. So for carrying this value upper side, so this will become Q is equal to 4 pi K R1 R2 delta T divided by R2 minus R1, R2 minus R1, okay. This will be some value. That is simple, 4 pi K R1 R2 delta T divided by R2 minus R1. Simple, it is easy to remember. So this will be your heat transfer for sphere, my dear students. This will be your heat transfer for sphere. For sphere, my dear students. So let us see what will be the thermal resistance in this case. Let us analyze. Thermal resistance inside spheres. Thermal resistance inside spheres. Let us see. So my dear students, I know that Q is equal to 4 pi K R1 R2 divided by R2 minus R1 into delta T. So can I take this value this side? Yes. So this will become delta T is equal to 4 pi K or R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi K R1 R2 into Q. So what is your voltage? If I will do the electrical analogy here, you know, delta T or delta V is equal to Q, that is I into R, electrical. So if I will have thermal, what will be there? So if there is some temperature difference from T1 to that T2, that is like a voltage difference. Delta T is like a voltage difference, that is some R thermal, okay, and some heat is flowing in this. So if I will compare with this, I will have delta T is equal to R thermal into Q. So what is R thermal? If I will compare this with this equation, so this will be your R thermal. So in this case, R thermal will be given by, my dear students, R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi K R1 R2. So this is your thermal resistance inside the spheres, my dear students, okay, inside the spheres. So can we have thermal resistance? Okay, we have seen the circuit diagram. So R thermal will be given equal to, R thermal here will be given equal to what? Oh, that is R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi K R1 R2, okay. This will be like this. So we have seen all the things in this sphere now. Hope the concepts are crystal clear right now, okay. And we will be solving good number of questions on this. And if you will solve the question, your more concepts and fundamentals will be clear, okay. Only we have taken the single conduction, like we have taken like this. If there is R1 and there is R2 at temperature T1 and T2, only we have taken what? Conduction. So that is the conduction resistance we have calculated, conduction. So we will also see convection, if there will be convection inside the sphere and outside the sphere. We will see the composite sphere, if there will be some like multiple layers of material on the sphere. Let us see. Sorry, I am considering a composite sphere now, my dear students. So let us see. Hopefully you are getting all concepts. So I am considering a composite sphere which is having like some insulation or some material or some metal made up of composite metals. Let us see how there will be heat transfer. So my dear students, this is your composite sphere. Let us see. Made up of different materials having different thermal conductivities. Okay. Let us say this is of conductivity K1, this is of conductivity K2. Let us say this is kappa 1, this is kappa 2. Okay. Now let us take this is your radius R1 and temperature is T1 here. Let us take this is your radius R2 and temperature is T2 here. Let us again take this is radius R3 and the temperature is T3 here. Okay, temperature is T3 here. And how it is conducted inside this, I have told you that that was a sphere. If I will cut into the half, this will be visible. Okay, so heat transfer will be radially like this, radially. Now we know the heat transfer inside the spheres. So my dear students, if I will make a thermal resistance diagram, circuit diagram for this, so let us see. Let us consider convection also. Okay, let us see there is a hot fluid inside. Hot fluid inside this, I'm little bit making it difficult so that you will have all the values and all concepts will be clear. This is, let us take heat transfer coefficient is HA, and let us take outside there is some air or cold fluid. Let us take this is at temperature TB and comma HB. Heat transfer coefficient for outside is TB, HB. Now there will be some thermal resistance like this, my dear students. Let us see. And outside also. So what I am making is I am taking that equal to PA, my dear students. So there will be some convective resistance. We have seen in cylinder like this, there will be some convective resistance. This will be 1 upon HA into area. Area is 4 pi R1 square, my dear students, in this case. So area will be what? 4 pi R square in this case. This is a sphere. So what I am talking about? Composite cylinder. Sorry, composite sphere we are talking about. Composite sphere. So what will be the conductive resistance this side? Let us see. So this will be some conductive resistance. Let us see, that is RC1, and this will be given by what? R2. RC1 we are calculating now, that it will be R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi conductivity K1 into R1 R2, my dear students. Now I am talking about that temperature T2. This is your temperature T2, and let us say this is your temperature T3. So there will be some resistance. Yes, this will be your RC2, that is conductive resistance 2 for the insulation K2. So this will be what? R3 minus R2 divided by 4 pi K2, okay, multiply by R2 R3, okay, R2 R3. Now there will be again some convective resistance here because there will be heat transfer by convection from the outside area. What is the outside area here? So A3 is nothing but equal to 4 pi R3 square, my dear students. So this will become like this. This is your TB. So this convective resistance R convective can be given by 1 upon HB, again area, that is 4 pi R3 cube. Sorry, R3 square, 4 pi R3 square. So what will be the total heat transfer in this case? Can I calculate the total heat transfer? Yes. I can also calculate the total heat transfer, which will be given by Q is equal to delta T, which is equal to nothing but TA minus TB. TA minus TB, okay, divided by R effective, my dear students, divided by R effective. So let us calculate what will be the R effective. So R effective will be given by nothing but your this resistance, that is your R convective 1. So this will be R convective 1 plus RC1 for insulation K1, that is RC2 for insulation K2, then again R convective 2. So this will be given by R effective is equal to how much? Let us see. I am just directly writing the total heat transfer. So the total heat transfer in this given by total heat transfer is given by how much, my dear students? Let us see. So this will be nothing but Q is equal to delta T, TA minus TB divided by 1 upon HA into 4 pi R1 square, very good, plus second resistance R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi k R1 R2 plus third resistance, this is R3 minus R2 divided by 4 pi k 2 R2 R3 plus fourth resistance, which is your 1 upon HB into 4 pi R3 square, my dear students. So like this will be your total R effective. This will be your total R effective. That will be your R effective, and this will be your total heat transfer. This will be your total heat transfer inside the composite sphere. So this will be the equation for, or we can say the formula for heat transfer in composite sphere. I am using heat transfer, it must be rate of heat transfer. That is rate of heat transfer in composite sphere. So hopefully you have got the concept of thermal resistance, and this is your circuit diagram. Okay, this is your circuit diagram for my dear students composite sphere. Okay, composite sphere. And you can easily remember that it is nothing so hard in this. You can take for that K1, if you are talking, this will be R2 minus R1, T2 minus T1, R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi K1 R1 R2. Again for R3 and R2, R3 minus R2 divided by 4 pi K2 into R3 R2. Okay, like this. So this is the case. Okay, now let us see what will be the heat transfer overall heat transfer coefficients in this case for the composite sphere. What will be the overall heat transfers, my dear students? So overall heat transfer coefficient for spheres will be given by what? Let us see. So the overall heat transfer coefficients will be given by, let us see by what? So overall heat transfer coefficient will be given by overall heat transfer coefficients, that is U. Okay, we have also seen this concept in cylinders, my dear students. So let us see here what will be the overall heat transfer coefficient. If total heat transfer is Q in this direction, so let us see what will be there. So total heat transfer is Q. So Q inside will be equal to what? Q outside, my dear students. That is inside heat, and outside heat transfer will be, rate of heat transfer will be same. Why? Because we have taken a steady state case, my dear students. Steady state case. So what will be the total heat transfer inside? Is inside, that is overall heat transfer multiplied by inside area multiplied by what? Multiplied by temperature difference. So this will be given by, that is UI multiplied by AI multiplied by delta T is equal to U naught A naught multiplied by delta T. And what is the delta T here? That is TA and TB. So you can already write U into AI into TA minus TB, or like this, U naught A naught, that is your TA minus TB again. And this will become, if I will cancel this will become what? UI into AI is equal to U naught into A naught. So my dear student, this will be the case. So what is the inside area? AI. So let us write it. So UI into AI is nothing but 4 pi Ri square inside this case is equal to U naught into 4 pi R naught square. So R naught square, that is the outside radius I am taking. Inside this case we have taken R3, let us take it R naught. And let us take it Ri, which is nothing but Ri in this case only. Okay. So you can already have that UI into Ri square is equal to U naught into R naught square, my dear students. So this will be your heat transfer coefficient, and this equation is very much important from gate point of view, because 2 marks or 1 mark question can be asked easily from this in your gate exam. This is very much important, remember it. So this is important for your gate. So now can we calculate the geometric mean area for this? What will be the mean area for this? Can we calculate? My dear students, can I calculate the geometric mean area? So let us discuss the concept of geometric mean area in case of spheres. Geometric mean area in case of spheres. So now we are discussing geometric mean area. Let us see geometric mean area. Or we can say the concept of geometric mean area. Concept of geometric mean area in spheres. So for calculating that is mean area AM, what we have done in cylinders, you remember? Hopefully you remember everything. Let us take that is your R1, that is your T1. Let us take that is your R2, okay, and that is your T2. So what I have done is I have cut that cylinder in this case in such way so that it can be converted into plane slab. Similarly, I will cut this sphere according like this so that it will be converted into plane slab. Let us see how. So let us see, I am cutting this from here. So cutting from here. So what I have to calculate is cut the sphere and convert it into slab. Convert into slab, my dear students. Plain slab. So when I will cut this, this will be something like this. This will become like this. So let us say this will be something like this. Something like this. So this will be your temperature T1 and this will be your something radius. What will be the thickness here? So thickness T will be given by R2 minus R1, my dear students. Okay. So thickness will be there. So this will be your thickness T. This is your temperature R2, let us say R2. Okay. Now there will be some heat transfer like this in the radial direction. Okay. Now, if I will take this slab this side and if I will do the analogy, I will compare with the slab. Let us take what will be the conditions. So I have cut into the slab and I have converted it like this. Okay. Now, what I am doing is slab. So my dear students, this will become AM here. This will be your T2. And this will be your length of the plane slab. The thickness of the cylinder will be length, or in this x direction, this will be R2 minus R1. That is thickness of this. Okay. And heat transfer will be like this, QR. Okay. Now, let us take that is your T1. So if I will compare both this, because conductivity will be same. If this is your thermal conductivity K, this will be your thermal conductivity K kappa. Okay. Now what will be there? The heat. I will cut that sphere such that so the heat transfer will be same. Okay. So when the heat transfer will be same, let us see what will happen. So heat transfer through slab will be equal to heat transfer through sphere. Through sphere, my dear students, through sphere. So when heat transfer will be same, can I write QR? What will be QR here? So QR will be equal to K A. What will be the area for this? AM into 4 delta T into delta T, that is nothing but your T1 minus T2 divided by L, divided by that L. So what is L here? It is R2 minus R1. Okay. And heat transfer through the sphere. What will be the heat transfer through sphere in this case? This will be your 4 pi k R1 R2 T1 higher minus lower temperature, T1 higher T2 lower, so there will not be any negative sign, divided by R2 minus R1. So I am comparing in the both the situations. So T1 and T1 will go. Okay. Now K and K will go. So let us see what will be the AM. What will be the AM? Let us see. So my dear students, AM will become equal to. So AM will become equal to. Let us see how. So this will be AM. R2 minus R1 is equal to 4 pi. Very good. Into R1 R2 divided by R2 minus R1. Okay. So this can be cancelled. Okay. So the AM will become equal to how much? AM will be equal to 4 pi R1 dot R2. Okay. So can I write this in case of A1 and A2? Let us see how. So AM, can I write this? Yes. This can be written as half of this 4 pi half into 4 pi half. Okay, and this is your R1 R2, and I will take R1 this side, R2 this side. So this will become under root of 4 pi R1 square. Very good. This will become 4 pi R2 square under root. So AM will become equal to, my dear students, A1 under root A2. So this will be nothing but what? This will be your mean area for heat transfer in spheres. So my dear students, if there are some tough calculations and we want to calculate the heat transfer from this sphere, then I will first calculate the mean area, that is AM. Then I can easily calculate what? I can easily calculate the heat transfer through the sphere. So in the bigger calculation, this area is used. So AM will give you total heat transfer, because this is similar. That heat transfer will be same as in the sphere. And let us see what will be your average temperature in spheres. So I am giving the last equation in this spheres, so that if there will be any question, you can easily remember that and can do the question. So average temperature in the spheres is given by what? Let us see. Average, that is the last concept, fifth one. Average temperature inside these spheres. Inside spheres, my dear students. So this is given by T average is equal to 2 by R square. So this will be given by 3 by R cube. 3 by R cube from 0 to R, T into R square dr. So you can easily calculate the average temperature by this equation, R square dr. So if temperature profile is given, you can easily calculate the average temperature from this equation, and this will be, let us say there will be C1x plus, or C1 plus C2 x plus C3 x square, like this. Some temperature profile is given and he is asking the average temperature. So by putting T here and integrating with respect to 0 to R, you can easily calculate the average temperature for the composite, for the sphere, my dear students. Okay, so this was up to it in the spheres. Let us move on to the numericals now, because numericals are very much important. Let us see some numericals so that concepts will be clear in this case.